You shouldn't be able to not own a house just because you've chosen a career that isn't going to make a bunch of money, but is still really important. I didn't know that I cared so much about owning something, but I do, and it really is doable. Hi, I'm Erin. Come take a tour of my tiny home. Right when you walk in, it looks really spacious. The ceilings are 11 feet tall. It looks like you're in something much bigger than 399 square feet. Another thing that makes this place look spacious is the floor-to-ceiling windows. And also the double doors that are right here. They can actually open up, and this can be one whole space that leads from the kitchen all the way out into the patios. Like on a nice day, company can be indoor and outdoor. I like to entertain and host and have people over. You can comfortably sit at least 5 people in here. That was important to me. I picked this couch because even though it's considered a love seat, it looks a little bit longer because of the lower sides here. The space allowed for me to have an extra chair and then also have these bar stools here. Another thing about this particular model is that it has the ceilings that are these pine planks, which also make it feel cozy. About a year ago, I was still living in an apartment in Austin. I was ready to settle down and find something a little bit more different and permanent. As a single person in education, I didn't think homeownership was gonna really be in the cards for me. This has given me a whole new meaning of part of my life. It's been a great transition. Overall, the living room is both spacious and cozy. It's a great place to gather with friends or just cuddle on the couch and read a book, watch TV, that kind of thing. So now we're done here in the living room. Right behind you is the kitchen, and I'm going to show you that next. Welcome to the kitchen. One of the reasons I picked this model again was because of the open space that goes from kitchen to living room that we were just in. For entertainment, you can have hors d'oeuvres out here and snacks. There are 2 bar stools to sit on, and it really feels like one big room. It makes it, even though the kitchen itself is really small, it doesn't feel that way at all. Moving from an apartment with a bigger kitchen to this smaller space, the biggest adjustment really is just the cabinet space. Because I have the full-size appliances and I have this big counter space, really, there's nothing that I would change there as far as the model that I picked and all of those things because of the openness, and I don't feel like I can't cook. One of the big things that I had to learn is that I have to change the way that I shop for things by what I need, not necessarily what I want, because I just don't have the storage here in a tiny space. Saving lots of money, again, back to affordability of living in a tiny home. It helps with that mindset when I go shopping or whatever it is, that a reminder of, yeah, I might want these other things, but I don't need them. I don't have the space for them, and therefore I'm not spending that money that I might spend if I lived in a bigger space. I have this open shelving rather than cabinets for things that are a little bit prettier. I wanted to make sure out here on display. All of the appliances in here are full size other than the dishwasher. Some people will take the dishwasher out and end up putting in more cabinet space, but I decided to keep the dishwasher, and I was able to just cut back to what do I really need. And then, like I said, full-size appliances still. So a full-size microwave, oven, and stove. And then we have a full-size fridge. There's a lot of storage underneath the stairs here. One is the fridge. The other is our pantry, essentially. I hung these racks here that have all of your spices. There's easy access from, if I'm cooking here. Great use of storage space under the stairs. Overall, the kitchen is a great space for entertaining, and I wouldn't change anything about it. Several years ago, my mom brought up the idea of a tiny home because she knew it was affordable. When I saw an ad for a tiny home and became aware that this existed, and then it was in Austin, and that one might be within reach in terms of affordability and location and all of those things, I came in, toured them, and Just fell in love with the community, but also just like the tiny home itself. I'm in education, so I thought affording a house would be impossible, yet I found this place for $143,000. The lot rent is $750 a month, so mortgage plus lot rent is really doable. It's comparable to the apartment prices in Austin right now. A tiny house, everything is smaller, including the amount that I have to spend on upkeep. Same thing with electricity and utilities and stuff like that. I probably spend about $100 a month total or under. Utilities would be at least double in a regular house. Here, I don't have to pay property taxes. It's something that's really doable on a single income, which makes tiny home living really attractive and doable for someone like me. Welcome to the bathroom. Just because we're in a tiny home doesn't necessarily mean that we have to have a tiny bathroom. We have plenty of space here. The shower is full size, just as it would be in any other house or space, which is nice. It has glass doors here, which make it even feel a little bit bigger in here. I have a large vanity here. The counter goes all the way around, so there's plenty of space for all of your toiletries or whatever you might need in the bathroom. I have plenty of cabinet space underneath the sink here, as well as over the toilet. Then I painted the cabinets to also pull in that open feeling with cozy. In this bathroom, we have a pocket door, which helps for the whole space issue. There's no swinging door that's gonna take up space and allows for privacy and functionality. Now let me go show you my laundry. I have a regular size stackable washer and dryer. Not all tiny homes are able to fit a washer and dryer. One of the many things that I love about my particular home is that there is the space for that. It also speaks to the affordability piece, and that I don't have to go to a laundromat and spend money to go get my clothes cleaned. Everything's right here. Next to the washer and dryer, I have my utility closet, which has all of the things that I need for laundry. And right behind me is my bedroom. Come on back. The thing that I like about this bedroom is that in a lot of tiny homes, the loft goes over the bedroom and kind of makes the bedroom short and maybe feel like a little cruise ship style-ish with low ceilings. My loft doesn't go over, it stops at the bathroom, so I have these nice vaulted ceilings in here. There's also a lot of light in here because there's 2 windows and the door, which make it feel a little bit more spacious than even though the room is small. This bedroom will actually fit up to a queen size bed. Mine's actually a full just because I wanted a little bit more space on each side here. There is plenty of room to walk around the bed, so you do have everything that you need. On this wall facing opposite of the bed, I have 2 built-in closets with these barn doors. I'm able to have a full-length mirror here, and then also in the middle portion here, there's a built-in dresser, so there's 3 drawers, plus the top that has room for jewelry. I have a TV back here. So there really is everything that I might have in a regular size bedroom. Lastly, I have my enclosed patio. I can go out here and have coffee in the morning or read a book or just relax. It's a really nice additional space to have off my bedroom. Price of housing just continues to go up. In the Austin area, $300,000 to $400,000 is the least expensive that you could get a decent property. If you look for something cheaper, you're often sacrificing location, the age of the home, the appliances, all of those things. In a tiny home, I was able to get something that is brand new, things that are still under warranty. So these things that would typically only be available to me and other people my age in a house that is $400,000 or whatever it is, when in fact it could be an answer to a lot of our housing problems when housing prices are skyrocketing. It has a lot of attractive perks to it that make owning a home possible for people of my generation. Before we go on to the loft, I just wanted to show you a couple storage spaces that I have. One of the pieces of storage that I have here is a place for my shoes. In the tiny home, of course, we have to get efficient and creative with how we store things. So this actually has 2 cabinets that open. The other thing here is that in the stairs here, we have drawers. So it's where I keep some of my stuff for my dog, as well as overflow from the kitchen. Really great use of storage. Also just a super cute little addition to the tiny home. Welcome to the loft. The loft I love. It's like bonus square footage because it's not counted in the 399 square feet of the tiny home. It's this extra space where I can have some storage. I also have additional sleeping space for guests. So I have 2 nieces that I'm really close with that have stayed here. The loft is really a great place for me to store things that I still want to have, even though I live in a tiny home. A lot of times I think people think living in a tiny home, it's just gonna be this like one little box and you're always in the same space as everyone else. But as you can see, I have multiple spaces to be in, and everything in the tiny home, it's nice is it's functional. It's not wasted space. It gets used like all the other places do. In the tiny home. I thought that owning a house was this abstract idea that would never actually happen, and I was totally fine with it. So it kind of opened my eyes to something that I didn't even know that I wanted. You shouldn't be able to not own a house just because you've chosen a career that isn't gonna make a bunch of money, but is still really important. We have to have educators, we have to have counselors. Like, those careers are important, and those people have to have a place to call their own too. Yeah, I didn't know that I cared so much about owning something, but I do, and it really is doable. I have the benefit of I have a house that I can take with me wherever I need to go, and you can't do that with a regular house. That's a huge benefit too. Thanks for taking the tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.